Nakhra Fam, my Nakhreele bombs, my Nakhron ke khiladi, my cutie pies. कैसे हो सब? सब ठीक? मैं भी ठीक हूँ. Thanks for asking. So welcome back to Nakhrebaaz. I am Stuti, and today we are here to do what? Guess. Actually, there's no need to guess. I'm sure you've already read the title. Sorry. It's not even been 1 minute and I'm already cracking stupid jokes. Sorry, please stick with me. So yes, if you read the title, today we're here to answer all of your questions. Yesterday I put up a post telling you guys to ask me some very interesting, some very unique questions. And guys, suno to say. I got over 600 comments on that post. I have never gotten that many comments on a community post which I've put. So you guys really went crazy with the questions. I mean, thank you so much. That made me so excited to make this video, you know. So yeah, today I went through each and every question, okay? I went through all the questions, and of course, obviously I can't answer all of them, but a lot of them were similar, so I tried to group them together. And any of the questions which were, you know, the typical questions which I always get, you know, what is your age, where do you live, all those things, I'm not gonna answer those in this video because I've already answered them, okay? So I've answered them in my previous Q&A video. You guys can go and check that out. I'll link them up here. There's 2 Q&A videos which I've done. And in those, I've answered all those basic things, okay? If you guys want to know why is this channel called Nakhrebaaz, all these questions ka answers I've already given. Today, we're going to be answering the unique questions, the interesting questions, something, you know, new, which you guys can learn about me, if you're interested. So yes, let us not waste any more time. Thank you for all your questions, and now we're just gonna dive right in. Okay, so here's a question which a lot of people have asked. I see this question keep coming up on my videos also. Sridevi Huilgol has asked me, after ending the video, you say that it's a wrap. What does that mean? Okay, so wrap, first of all, not R-A-P. It's W-R-A-P. So what this is basically whenever you're shooting, you know, for a film, a short film, television, whatever, whenever you're done with the shoot, you know, like usually this is said on the last day of the shoot when the final shot is done, the director or someone will usually say, and that's a wrap. So which means that the shoot is done, we are done, and they'll say pack up, you know, it's time to pack up. The shooting is basically finished, samapt. So when I started this channel, and I used to shoot on my own, so I was my own director, I was my own actor, everything. So when I was done with my shoot, I only used to say that's a wrap. And I think one time, like, I decided to include that, like that's part of the shooting process. And I included that in the video, in the final editing video, you know. And I kind of liked it, and I thought, okay, this can become my thing. So that's why I say that's a wrap. Because you guys are like, you know, part of the whole process, right? You see the videos, you see me talking at the end of the videos. So I thought, why not take you through that process also of the shooting? So you get to see a little glimpse of that where I say that's the wrap for today. So yeah, I hope that clears up your doubts. Prakash Shah is saying, what's something unique and different which you've done in your life? This is very funny, okay? He's like, I said ki ask me a unique and different question, and he's like, तुम बताओ तुमने यूनिक और डिफरेंट क्या किया है लाइफ में? Fair question. So I don't know, there's like, I think I've done a lot of weird stupid things in my life, but also I think something unique would be that when I was young and I was in school, so I was chosen from my class to write a short story, a short thing, and that got published into a book. Like my school only published that book. So, do you guys want to see it? Okay, wait, I'll show you. These are the 2 books which I wrote when I was small. So, this one is actually from, I think when I was in 3rd standard. You can see my photo on there. I was like a little kid, and I was one of the good writers in my class, so they chose me to write a story, and it's called The Magic Show. I can make a full video on this one day if you guys are excited and if you want to see what is in the book. So basically I had to write the book, and also the drawings, the illustrations I only did. And guys, I'm very bad at drawing. Abhi I'm very bad. Us समय तो कुछ और ही था. Like that time I was like in 3rd standard. So I'll give you a glimpse, a sneak peek. So you can see the drawings, and this is the story. So yeah, this is the book. If you guys want, one day I'll make a video just on my books and I will read it out to you. It's a very stupid, like, I mean, I was so chota that time, so you know, what do you expect? But yeah, there was another book. This one I think I made when I was in 6th standard or 5th standard probably. This one is my autobiography. Can you imagine? I was in 5th standard. How old was I that time? 10, 11 or something. And मैंने अपनी life का autobiography लिख लिया. जैसे क्या कुछ नहीं कर लिया था मैंने उस समय. But I wrote a book on my life. It's called Tune Into Stuti Trivedi. Like, you know, the radio. I made this radio also. So my channel was called 99 Point Stuti. Like, yeah. So if I get enough comments on this, I will read both of these books to you guys in a separate video, because if I start reading them in this video, it'll be very, very long. So yeah, this is one unique thing which I always cherish, that I feel like I've done. I have my own books. So yeah. Pooja Agarwal asks, if you would be a fairy, what changes would you make in world, schools or college? Nice question. One thing that I would change. There are so many things which I would want to add in the curriculum and change in the system of education. But before any of that, I think the most important thing that needs to change is the attitude towards teachers. Okay? I think these teachers and these professors need to get much better salaries, much better working conditions, and just much more respect for the work that they do. Because honestly, they have one of the most important jobs in the world today. Like, it's more important than anything, I think, is our teachers, because they are the ones who are shaping all the future generations. And I think they're not given, you know, they need to get better salaries, they need to get better respect from people, because I think if that happens, if we stop taking teachers and professors for granted, I think more and more people will want to go into this field, you know, because right now people think, "Arey yaar, teacher banenge, teacher kaun banega?" You know, like, that needs to change, okay? I think more people should want to become teachers. I think if we give them more respect, I think if this profession gets more, is valued the way it should be valued, then more and more people will want to become teachers and professors. And the more people who enter this field, the more people who are passionate about teaching, people who are learned, people who are really good at teaching, the more people we get like this, the more the education system will flourish and become better, I think. You know, and that's what we need. We need good teachers, because you know what I was thinking about recently? Like, sometimes what you do in your life, what career path you choose, which subjects you enjoy and don't enjoy, a lot of this is shaped by who our teachers were in those subjects, you know? So if, for example, if you had like a really bad chemistry teacher, then you'll be like, "Yeah, I hate chemistry," you know, because you just didn't like your teacher. So, and sometimes your favorite subject is because that teacher taught it so well. That teacher was so passionate with their teaching and they made it seem so easy. So, you know, I think people's love for education and learning will increase so much more if we have great teachers, and if these teachers are valued in their position so much. So I hope that, you know, that change can come about and we can really give these teachers the respect that they deserve. And other than that, in the curriculum, there's so many things I would want to change. First of all, like, of course, all these subjects are so important. History, geography, science, all of that is important. But life skills are so important too, you know, which they don't teach at all in schools or in colleges. And just basic life skills, you know, how to do your taxes and stuff like that. You know, those things should also be included in the curriculum, I feel. And one thing, extracurricular activities need to stop being called extracurricular activities, and they should be part of the real core curriculum, you know, like, and if somebody is being marked or judged or being given grades, it should not only be on your studies and only on your math, science, physics. It should also include how your debates or your sports or your drama, theater, because these are all things that people end up doing in life, you know. So these should not be extracurricular activities. These should be core subjects also. So, you know, somebody who is not maybe good in science and all, if they're good in their sports or something, they will get marks in that or whatever. So because if so much of attention is given on your marks, then if those things are also part of your report card, then, you know, people will not feel bad ki I'm such a bad student. No, maybe you're not good in maths, but you're a good student in these other things. So then that way, you know, there'll be more encouragement for the students to finally see the path that they are good at, you know, rather than so many people I know in school, they get so discouraged because they're not good at studies. And so their report card is bad because their marks are bad. But so what? They're so good at other things. So if those things are also included in your grading, they will feel a bit more encouraged in life and pursue what they want to pursue. Okay, Ananya Singh has asked me, what's your favorite video on your channel? That's such a nice question to ask. Wow, you know, now that I think about my old videos, you know, some of my initial videos which I had made before, I didn't have that many subscribers at that time. I don't think a lot of people have even seen those videos. Yeah, that was a time when, you know, my channel was new and my creativity was at its finest. You know, like when a channel, you've been doing it for so long, sometimes you stop making videos that you want to make and you end up making videos ki log kya dekhna chahenge, like, you know, will anybody watch this, will anybody even look at this, will anybody like this? And you know, in that process you sometimes lose your essence. So I feel like the initial few videos that I used to make were a lot more what I wanted to make. So for example, there's this one video on my channel, I'll link it here. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's called what happens when you order food with your friends. Okay, so इस video में I played I think 4 or 5 characters and one of the friends is ordering food. You know what happens now when you're sitting with your friends and you want to order some food, and you know, there's just this chaos because nobody can decide what they want. One person is ordering and the other people are just doing all this halla, and so this whole drama and this, I love that video. Like even today when I watch that video, I'm so proud of it because I'm like, that was a good video. But yeah, sometimes the videos you like the most, they don't get views. In fact, you never know what will get views. You never know what the audience will like. So, you know, a lot of people have asked me ki, how do you make a successful channel? I don't know. पता नहीं bro. जब मेरे को पता चल जाएगा ना, मैं आपको बता दूंगी. Because the videos sometimes that I am so proud of, nobody will watch them. I also made a video on how do Indian parents react when you don't take science. In our society, it's a big thing कि science तो लेना ही है. It's considered कि अच्छा, if you don't take science, that means you're not smart. So that whole video was how to convince your parents that you don't want to take science. And I love that video. I think that's a really fun video. So yeah, I think these are some of my favorite videos. I also did a very funny video with my dad. It was called Customer Service. This video was about some luggage. You're coming from a flight and your luggage has not come through the flight. So you're calling the airline service help to, you know, say ki, where's my bag, please give me my bag. And how do they, you know, how do they react every time you call them? How do they tallow you? They just make excuses and how much time they take and they delay the process. So my dad was the customer in that and I was the service. So that's also a fun video. You guys should watch that if you guys, because a lot of people keep asking me, show your parents. So I've made videos with my parents. You guys can check them out. They're in my older videos. Okay, Khushi Singh has asked, how to convince your parents about starting YouTube channels? A lot of people ask me, how did I convince my parents? Yesterday when I read this question, I went and asked my parents, ki, how did I convince you guys? My dad was saying, ki, tell them that your dad is asking, how can he start a channel? Like my dad also wants to start a YouTube channel. So yeah, I know that a lot of parents would maybe not be so open about it. So basically what you need to do is, it's all about awareness. Talk to your parents. First of all, maybe a lot of parents don't even know कि YouTube channel है क्या, right? होता क्या है इसमें? So you need to first do your research. You need to go with a full plan. You know, sometimes if you just say something, your parents won't know whether you are so invested in this. Are you motivated enough to do this? Do you have a plan? So go to them with a plan. कि मेरा ये idea है. My first 5 videos. This is my first video, second video, third video, fourth video. I have all the ideas planned out. I know how I'm going to shoot my videos. I know how I'm going to edit it. I have learned all these things. And tell them what happens on YouTube. How do you grow on YouTube? How does this become a career for you? You know, how will you earn money through this? What is the future in this? Once you explain these things to them, you know, why do parents say no? They say no because they think कि अच्छा it's just something that you will lose interest in. Eventually इससे क्या होने वाला है? इसमें पैसे मिलने वाले हैं कि नहीं मिलने वाले हैं? इसमें आगे कैसे बढ़ते हैं? This is what parents want best for you, right? They want you to have a good career, a good life. And if you show them that I'm so interested in this, I'm so passionate about this, and I'm going to take this forward. This is my 2-month plan, my 5-month plan, 1 year down the line. This is where I want to be. This is where my channel will be. If you show them that you have a plan in mind and that this is not just time pass for you, it's not just maze ke liye you're doing it, why won't they support you? They will support you, right? And they may say, Acha, make sure your studies don't get distracted because of this. So that is up to you. You have to know how will you balance all the things in your life. And I think that if you show them a good plan, show them that you've done your research, okay, that you know what you're talking about. If you have answers to all their questions, I think it'll be easier to convince them. Okay, Alicia Charanya is saying, hi, I follow you since you had 23k subs. Thank you. Thank you for being there with me and for tolerating me for so long, Alicia. My question is, which flavor Lays are your favorite? Mine is Magic Masala. Oh, I love Magic Masala, but my favorite flavor is that orange wala flavor, orange wala Lays. Are you an orange Lays fan? If you are, please tell me below, because you know, this is not a flavor which you will get very easily. Like, you'll always see the red one and the blue one and the green one, but the orange one, you only find it sometimes. And it tastes so good. I love the orange Lays. And I chose this question specifically because now I'm like craving that orange wala Lays and I want it so bad. अगर आपको पता हो कि पुणे में मुझे कहाँ मिल सकता है तो please बताइएगा मुझे. Thank you. Meghna Pandey has asked, have you watched all the Harry Potter movies or read the books? Yes, guys, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Huge. So I have read all the books and I read each book 50-60 times. I'm not even exaggerating. I can show you my books. They've become so old and there's so much dirt and dust on them because I have read them so many times. It's a really funny story how I started watching Harry Potter. But my dad was trying to get me into Harry Potter and stuff when I was young. And he bought me the 4th book, The Goblet of Fire, first. And he used to read that one chapter to me, the first chapter, again and again. And we would never understand it and I would not like it. I would not enjoy it. Obviously, because you have to read the first book, right? The 4th book, if you start in the first chapter, kuch samajh nahi aane wala hai. And he would keep reading that to me and I would also keep reading it and I would be like, nah, like I don't understand what's going on. And then, I don't know how I got into it, but I think I watched one movie and then I was like, oh my god, this is my jam. This is where I want to be. And then I started reading the books and I read all of them. I didn't watch any more movies. I was like, first I'll read the books. I read all the books. I caught up. I think at that time only the 4 books had come out, so I read all 4. I watched all the 4 movies. Then as each book would come out, I would buy it first day and read it in one day, each book. So I remember this, like in the US, what they do is when a book is releasing, so that night people, they go and stand in lines in front of the bookshop all night. And that's what I did. Me and my mom and my dad and my brother. And my brother was a baby at this time. So we used to, I was like, Mirko, I want the first copy of the book, because it was like, ek baar the book releases, then there's like all these spoilers and stuff that people, you know, will start saying. And then I would find out, I was like, I need to read the book first. So me and my family stood in line all night. I think we went around 9 or 10 o'clock in the night in front of the bookstore. We stood in line. There was a long line of people. You know, people were just camping outside the bookstore. And I stood in line, and then finally in the morning, I don't remember what time, 5 or 6 a.m. or something, I got my copy of Order and the Phoenix. And I went home and I read the whole book in one day. Uske baad, the 5th, the 6th and the 7th book, all 3 books, I read each of them in one day. And I would just, the whole day, I would just sit and I would read and I would read and read. So I am like a crazy Harry Potter fan. When the last book came out and that last book finished, I was so sad. But then uske baad bhi there was some hope ki acha, movies are still left. Then the movie started coming out, and then the last movie came out, the second part of that movie came out, and we watched it in the theaters. And me and my friends were also big Harry Potter fans. And we just didn't want to leave the theater because I was like, Harry Potter is ending. Like, finally, this whole thing, which was my childhood, was defined by Harry Potter. And it was over. And I still remember that whole phase was just so beautiful, and I still love it. So, yeah. Long story short, yeah, I'm a Harry Potter fan. Luna or Hermione? Hermione. Harry or Ron? Ron. I was not a big Harry fan. This is a bit controversial. Let's not get into that. Okay, if you could bring back Snape or Dumbledore, who would you bring back? Snape, of course, Snape. And actually, if I could bring back any of the dead characters, I would bring back... I cried the most on 2 characters dying. One was Sirius Black. I wish, like, he hadn't died. Like, I would bring him back, and I would bring back Fred Weasley. he was like, oh man, when he died, I was like, why would you do that? Like, she knew exactly which characters would hurt us. So yeah, I would bring back them. Would you kill Voldemort or Umbridge? Like, Voldemort still had style. Umbridge was just so irritating. Like, I was like, how can some human be like this? Yeah. Bata Vlog says, what is your nickname? Please answer this question. Okay. What is my nickname? Ghar pe, my mom, sometimes she calls me Stuta, which is where the idea for my brother's name, which is Tuta. So when I was living in the US, over there, you know, Americans have like this problem pronouncing the, like, you know, they were not able to say Stuti, so they would call me Stuti or Stuti. So sometimes I'm still called that. My friends call me Stu. I think I also call myself Stu sometimes. So you guys would have seen Stu ki rasoi mein. If you have watched my videos, you'll remember this. So Stu, Stuti ko, Tutti Frutti and all of that. And some of my friends, one friend calls me Stuart Little, Stuti Pie. Yeah, I think these are the main ones that people call me. And one nickname, Nakhrebaaz. Nikar Fatima is asking me, there's still a lot of time left, but what is your retirement plan? Hey Bhagwan. अभी तो career भी शुरू नहीं हुआ है, तो retirement, I've not even thought about that. Actually, I have thought about what I want to do. There's one thing that I've thought, you know, when I have a lot of time in life and when I have enough resources to do this, I want to make one big home for just stray dogs. All these street dogs which are there. I love dogs. I get so sad when I see all these like street dogs who are malnourished, who don't get food, who get injured on the roads, and you know, there's no one to take care of them and stuff like that. So I want to make one big home. You know how they have like retirement homes for old people? I want to make a retirement home for just street dogs. All these dogs who don't have a home. And I'll just sit with them all day, give them care, give them food, give them treatments, and just play with them and give them that love that they deserve. So that's one thing that I want to do when I retire. Hopefully I can do it before I retire also. The Real Siri asks, what did you want to be when you were a child? So as I have told you guys before, बचपन से ही नखरा करने का बहुत शौक था, drama. So I always knew I wanted to do something in this field, you know. But I remember in this book, actually, as I mentioned that I've written an autobiography, usme bhi I've mentioned what I want to be when I grow up. I wanted to be a talk show host, have my own talk show where I would do stand-up comedy and I would invite guests and interview those guests. And yeah, that was my dream. You know, like how there's Ellen DeGeneres, or I used to actually watch, when I was small, I used to watch The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. And that was the first time that I realized, I want to do this. I want my own Tonight Show and my late night show and all of that. Like Jimmy Fallon is there. Lily Singh had her own talk show. Coffee with Karan, that kind of, you know, like, so that kind of talk show I wanted. So yeah, even now, I wouldn't mind doing that. But now I feel like I want to be a guest on this show. But yeah, that's what I wanted to be when I was young. Talk show host. Okay guys, so this has become a very long video and there were lots of questions. I'm really sorry if I couldn't answer all of them. I tried my best and this video is already really long, so I can't answer more. If you want a part 2, there are some more questions which I had shortlisted which I didn't get time to answer. So if you guys want a part 2, then tell me. I'll do a part 2. Okay? And yeah, last week the live was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for joining in the live. If you want, maybe I can do one live every 2 weeks. May one live? Tell me. What do you guys prefer? 2 weeks mein ek baar, ya every week? What do you want? Tell me. Let me know. That's all for today. Thank you so much once again for watching this. Today was a lot of fun. This video was a lot of fun. I finally talked about so many things which I haven't thought about in so long. So thank you for asking good questions. Thank you for asking unique, fun questions, because the better your questions are, the more fun the answers will be, right? So thank you so much. And Friday ko there will be a comedy video. So aiyega zarur. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel. अगर आप यहाँ पे नए हो तो आइए subscribe करके जाइए. Oh my god, इतना बात कर लिया. My voice is like cracking now. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified every time I am on YouTube. Okay. अभी बहुत भूख लगी है तो मैं जा रही हूँ खाना खाने. आप लोग भी खाना खा लेना. I'll see you on Friday. Until then, keep smiling, keep shining, and I'll see you next time. Bye!